Grab your instruments and come along with me, Kanan, as I review a musical story. But first, the housekeeping. Hit like at any point during the review if you are enjoying it, as it really does help the channel. And if you've not subscribed yet, why not hit that button as well to join the growing Switchheads family. And so, a musical story is a story-based music rhythm game. The story part of this game is done without words and interestingly enough opts to tell it through some great music and visuals. You are Gabriel, a young musician who you get to follow his memories to find out what went wrong in his journey to become a great musician. And yes, okay, I'm trying to be vague, as I don't really want to spoil the story, as it's told in a unique and different way. But the music and visuals are really the start here, so let's start there for once. Visually, it is a great treat. I believe it's cel shaded, but I could be wrong, although whatever style you want to call it, I really do like it. And there's some really great cutscene moments, but most of the actual visuals be done in a kind of circle as you get back your memories, and once you get it back, it kind of like gives you the bigger picture, if you like. Kind of quite cleverly done in that way. And this really did work quite well, and it did feel fresh to behold. And as for that music, wow. I mean, yes, there's a few worldly kind of sounds, like just chatter in the background or bar noises if you like. But that music is great and really invokes different emotions as you play. Sadly, there is no real way to describe the music so you can fully appreciate it. So have a little listen. And yes, there is actually a gaming aspect to this game as well. Travelling and recovering your memories through chapters that appear on a map, and once in the actual gameplay, you'll be tasked to use left or right button presses to complete music scores. Listen to the music once, take note, and then perform it. Using one click or holding notes, or even using both sides at the same time. There is a bit of variety as you actually progress into the game, and trust me, it does get challenging after a while. Getting a beat wrong, however, results in you having to wait till the beats or score goes around until it's at the start again, although you can still kind of practice the notes and timing as it's going back round. You get kind of two modes to the game, a easy mode and a hard mode. There's an indicator mode which kind of is the easy mode, but you can't earn any stars when you actually play in this mode, so there's no real scoring or anything to this mode, which means it kind of is a practice mode if you like. And basically this mode has like an indicator that follows around the circle so you can see exactly where you need to click and do your notes, making it more of a traditional rhythm game where you just, well, basically wait until it gets to where you need to click and hopefully you click it at the right time, making timing more the key element here. And then there's the hard mode, which, well, basically is the normal mode, I guess. And this mode is played, well, kind of blind if you like, and instead having you listen to the timing and beats in order to complete those rounds. And handily enough, if you fuck it up too many times, the indicator will slowly activate the more and more mistakes you make, appearing subtly here and there at first until it finally realises you ain't gonna do it and appears all the way through the score. And as for those sequences, trust me, they kept getting harder and harder, making you really work for that progression. And this, however, from time to time created a problem. I found I was getting frustrated at times, and I mean really frustrated at times. Some notes, particularly the starting notes, if I made a mistake and it had to go right round to the beginning again, I find it hard to gauge the actual note when it's going to start again. And quite often enough, if the actual beat was right at the beginning of the score, I would end up fluffing it up time and time again. And trust me, missing that first beat hurt a lot watching it and waiting again for it to go all the way round. And in addition to finding it hard to get that beat right, it felt at times unforgiving. There is no reset, although even if there was, it probably wouldn't have worked, as it needs to go round once for you to learn and feel that music. I also had a problem when I put the game or my Switch into standby, as it would all come out of sequence altogether within the actual music, meaning me having to reset the chapter. But all said and done, I did have fun, even though the main mechanics of the game, felt upstaged by the story and visuals, and that music, wow. The good. Story is great, with a surprise waiting for those who are the best. Music was great and held emotion within it. Visuals, just lovely. For a dev's first game, it makes me excited for what could come next. The bad. Frustrating at times and not necessarily in a good way. That missing a beat and waiting kind of annoyed at times, but I'm not quite sure how they can fix that. Putting into standby seemingly breaks the game at times. The score. An extremely good twist on the rhythm-based genre that with a few tweaks could be easily a 5 out of 5 game for me. But until then, I'm giving a musical story a respectful 4 out of 5, and definitely recommend it for anyone that enjoys this type of genre. But what are your thoughts on the game so far? Leave them down in the comments. That is, after all, where they belong. And now let's trundle into the alternative, and I'm going to go for Music Racer. Another great twist on the rhythm genre, and yeah, I think this does actually look good even though I don't own it. But if you do, let us know down in the comments, as well as your choice, of course, of what you would pick instead. And with that, why not hit that like and subscribe buttons to keep yourself up to date and also help the channel out immensely. If you've enjoyed anything here, come join us in our community Discord, where we're all like-minded people. Because life is better when we switch together.